Hi everybody, welcome back to Materia D&D. We are at part 2 of session 198, where my players, the Crass Menagerie, are trying to figure out and uncover information and make a plan on acquiring a possible third arcane orb that they had learned were crafted by Zygmunt Galus, the Black Wizard. Um, and they learn that each one of these represents a fundamental aspect of like a force of nature. They haven't figured out all of them, but they know that there's 8, and there's your standard ones like fire, earth, air, and water, and then there's the more like heavily conceptualized ones like electromagnetism, weak nuclear force, strong, etc. Um, and they learn that each one of these in itself to craft is a arcane masterpiece, something that would have been an achievement of a lifetime, and Zygmunt created 8 of these things. Um, but now they also learned in the joys of rolling 2 natural 20s back to back to back when trying to find out information. So much of what was the previous half of the first portion of this session was an info dump where they learned some detailing in which towers that they had visited were connected with each other, who may have had influence there. They learned of some of the possible allegiances and how Rocket utilized some of these people and their assets to benefit himself. As to one prime example was that he put the broken engine into the possession of Elsevier, and so forth. And we are going to continue with the menagerie trying to plot and plan um, as they scour through the copious amounts of information that what was I going to say? That our very own Sherlock Holmes, our not Rocket, wow, Karos uncovered and laid out for the group. So with that, we kind of pick up with them trying to figure out how to pin down a tower, how to confirm if possibly there is one of these orbs there, or if they can find another location where one of these orbs were. As I would say, forgive me, they did find out that Rocket had at least possession of 4 of these before his demise. This would have been the fire one, which went missing in transit, the earth one, which there isn't much notes that they found so far on its location. Um, the decay one, which was used seemingly at some point on Aristratar, the green dragon, to ascend her into an Alohi state, and the broken engine itself, which was given to Elsevier, and she used it as an undead battery. So, my players, what would you like to do?
So we did discuss also that it seems likely that it was headed. We think it was headed to the Sodden Tower, the fire one,
Hmm.
and we said we think the sculpted Nexus had a way in, or that Rocket might also have a way in
A
back door.
backdoor. Yes. As you guys are fairly confident that the sculpted dimension, the choke, and the Sodden Tower are all firmly within Digmont's network of towers. But there seems to be evidence, or at least documentation, showing that Rocket had means to get into the Sodden Tower, which means he probably either figured out the um, the glyphs or somehow got a back door into it.
Yeah, I would just remind that to the group at large, but specifically like Al, since I know he's familiar with like the teleportation and stuff like that. I was like, I don't know if that means anything, if that reminds you of anything, but
Good, good, good. All right. So, well, what do you guys have to say to each other? What's going on? I'm gonna let y'all drive some roleplay. Let's go. Let's go.
I really don't want to go there, but maybe it'll be nice to clear it out.
Um, this is me asking. So, is there what specifically is the reason for thinking we need to go to another tower right now?
To get another Orby.
Y'all
Because
have not cleared the. You have not patched the tears in reality.
and we don't
So
think
there.
we can do that with the amount of them that we've got so far.
Yes. Yes. The NPC calculations state that you need one more Orby.
More. I think Karos would bring up that if we really think we have to do that to take care of this, we need to try to go after the one we best guess, because obviously we don't have a lot of info on what, we know what we're looking for, but we don't know what it looks like, or what might have it, or what might be going on there. But he'll just serve to remind that in addition to all this chaos stuff, we've got like at least two, if not like 3 or 4 different threads going in Whitlaw. Warring nations out in the open plains area. So we've got a lot of irons in the fire. Oh, and then that was one of the ones I was trying to think of. Not just our entourage, but the lizard folk being captured.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a lot of irons in the fire. So we're kind of got to keep ourselves grounded as far as what options we take. Got to try to hopefully pick the fastest option with the least additional threads attached.
It's true.
Yeah.
But given what we saw in the chaos area, like I'm pretty scared to leave that to kind of keep seeping into this area.
Yeah.
That stuff, other stuff is still important area. That's true.
Yeah, Carlos isn't trying to say that this is not a viable venture. Um, Obviously, this is like a growing problem. But just, I think he's bringing up more along the lines that like, if we think one of the areas we can go to get one of these will have a lot more in it. So, this is Kyle speaking. If somebody else's background story is
Oh yeah.
there to where it could pull us away, like, oh, this is my only chance to find out about my secret father, or something
Well,
along those lines.
I will say, Karas, take some confidence that a lot of these threads have seemingly tied together, right? In some
Mm-hmm,
loose way, right? At least they're going in the same general direction. I'm not going to try to give you, as a DM, unless if you go completely off script, too many things that aren't in some way, if not directly or secondary, like at least tertiarily related to one another. Just for my sanity too,
mm-hmm.
So, but valid point. You don't want to get all over the place still.
Yeah, we've already been all over the place. Now we're trying to not go
Oh please, you guys
even
haven't even
more all
continent
over.
hopped really yet. Alright. You guys have skipped jumping continents, you just go straight to other planes already.
Exactly. So what are our options? We've got the underwater death trap.
That attitude.
We've got a unknown coastal one. I mean, Well, no, he said he liked to move them physically, so maybe there wouldn't be one in the ruins of the dino area. Or not the dino, the lizard area in Whitlaw.
You mean up in the jungle where the Jabberwocky was?
No. I was thinking of all the physical places that
Okay.
were his, specifically, or the ones we have the implication that there could be one in the underwater one. And then we figured out that the Court of Stars was his that he built. Not
Wow.
that there's necessarily one in there, but and that there's that tower, the coastal tower, on the way to wherever his
Yep.
ally.
So I will say, just for the naming convention, just because I don't want you guys to get confused with something, the Court of Stars is the name that the lizard folk gave that area.
Right.
Just so you
I
guys,
just I don't
just in
know
case.
what
Yeah,
he
no,
called it.
and that is what you guys know it. Yeah. I just want to make sure that because they made it feel homey by painting the.
Yeah, it wasn't referenced in his
Exactly.
literature that we've been reading. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Just in case, so you guys don't try to like look for it or get down a rabbit hole that does not exist, kind of thing.
Cielo pops out of nowhere and says, "Hey guys."
I guess.
He
Did
said,
someone
"You
say
want me to find a rabbit hole that doesn't exist?"
It's right
that would
here.
be right?
Just dig one.
I will say, I don't want to speak for Ben, but I'm betting he would have a preference to try and go and clear out the underwater tower.
For
But frankly, we can't go anywhere, I don't think, until he's recovered.
you look over at Ben. He's like, purge the filth.
Good man, good
In
man.
his like almost half comatose state.
Yeah, it's like just permeates through.
So, but yes, that is true. You guys are also dealing with a ravaged Ben and a Cielo that will not travel or leave Ben's side. However, above table, if we're not certain that James will be able to join us anytime soon, don't stress about not leaving his character at the tower, is all I'm saying. I will, I will scale things slightly appropriately. I'm not that cruel of a DM.
I mean, I want to fucking hook his 120-foot melee attack.
Yeah.
Whew.
I mean, or yeah, or you guys can Jaeger him. That's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah. Yeah, you guys can make so consider this. You are in a mage tower. There are other secrets here. You may be able to find ways to help him. But yes, and then yeah, Kara's, just to make it clear, yeah, again, this is the NPC plan, right? 2 is not enough. 3, by what Cade understands, should be enough to be able to pull off what he thinks would be able to close the rifts to the Chaos Realm. Unless if you guys want to just have chaos spill into reality forever, which is fine.
I think up a little bit.
I mean, it helped me a little bit.
You know, it's a choice. I
Take
don't
it a
hate
little.
it. Yeah. It's a little bit bold of you guys to decide to have the 6 of you decide the fate of an entire
Yeah,
plane of
continent.
existence.
Oh yeah, the very least continent, if not, yeah, worse.
So. But yeah, I mean, I know it's a lot, and if you guys need time just to even like above table, just talk to each other, try to plan out what you guys think, or that's perfectly okay, guys, in a session. If you guys need
So-
time, talk it.
I want to say we had some assurances that someone in Whitlaw was trying to help out with the lizard folk. It wasn't like Tabbert or anything, I don't think. But it was
We have
somebody, I thought.
people. I feel like we had people putting feelers out as part of the
Was it Ofuma?
Ofuma
Okay.
trying to figure out where they were taken or what happened.
Yes. So if you need to refresh your notes and just put it there, yeah. So Ofuma is using his networks, yeah, to try to figure out what actually happened to the lizard folk that were round up, and I don't know if it was told to you guys at this point because it's in my notes, but I don't know if it was. What he did find is that there is no reports officially of them being round up. So someone's covering something up or
Right.
keeping a secret. So he's trying to figure that out for you guys because they have been in a way an ally at least by proxy because they are your access point to the Court of Stars. If nothing else, they've been more than that, but strategically, they are your access to the Court of Stars.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, so, again, this is all above table. Like, what we could do there, I don't know. I don't know what we could do there. It's kind of more of a diplomatic scenario right now.
Yep. It's maybe a moral or diplomatic or both kind of thing to look at, right? Like, why the hell? Because CJ might not be able to speak right now. CJ hated the fact that they were being discriminated against, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
down upon. So
I think we all do.
yeah, no, I understand, but like specifically his character, right,
Yeah,
was actually
true.
going. So I understand that there would be interest in helping that, if only because of that aspect, which I know it's more.
How's Al feeling about the mist creeping across Kled?
I hate it. Where's that fucking cloud?
But it's, again, the urgency there is not super there, I don't think.
I was definitely curious on where it left off, but it didn't seem as urgent as some of the other things. It's definitely back in his mind when we were doing the West Green stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think you even tried to check in on it once or twice while you were over there, if I remember right. But like, yeah, it's let's put it this way, above table, it's an inevitability, right?
Yeah.
It just
We do understand it a bit better what it is now, at least. But
I would imagine it is something that sooner, okay, not sooner rather than later, but at some point you will have to deal with. If you don't deal with it directly, it will come to you to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Or it'll impact enough people where you need to deal with it.
Right. It'll make its, yeah. It'll be relevant one way or another.
Yes. By the cool hand of the DM.
Right. I mean, we're in Green Hill. Volpine's fine. Carver, as far as we know, is fine.
Yep.
West Green, or is that the town where the Sunlit Spire is? West Green?
Oh, West Green, yeah. West Green is...
As far as we know, is fine. Like, there were, like, I don't know, maybe there's still marauders coming in every once in a while, but maybe we put a tamp on some of that.
For players' sake and to make you guys feel better, that raid on West Green itself was unique. They had never done such a direct assault.
True.
Before, and y'all happened to be there to be able to interfere with it at least.
Yeah, repel it somewhat.
Yeah. So, and they were bolstered by, I think it was the moon or something at that point. I don't remember what I had. There was a reason that they were being so bold.
Maybe not right this minute, but we should put in queue, see if we can contact Sedge and see any news on the area. Because I feel like we did like a quarter of it and then left and just kind of like, good luck, guys. Got distracted.
Oh, you mean like going to all the various sites?
Yeah, I just want to know whether it got better or worse or stable. Yeah, thank you. Because if we do learn about it, we might get distracted by that as well.
And I above table, I will say, some threads will and probably be left untouched, or they will progress to the point where it evolves into something else, and then it's y'all's choice to go back and deal with it. I don't feel sorry, how do I put this? Don't feel that you guys will be able to stop everything from
right.
happening before it happens.
Well, so
Right.
so when we went to West Green, there was a couple of us, right? We split off from at least like I don't think it was in half. I think it was like 2 or 3 other groups other than us went to some of the other locations. We went to I think the farthest one because we could get there fastest, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so what it was you guys were sent to retrieve the Heralds of
Right.
Exploration because the threat was getting too high. And everything they found would be, would be a waste to lose, to not be able to study. Now, on top of that, we must also um, keep in mind that they they're very, and this is me kind of not trying to be political, but they're very late 1800s, early 1900s explorers, right? They go and they take. They don't necessarily ask if they can,
Belongs
right?
in a museum.
Exactly, or it belongs for us to study. We have the right to study this kind of thing because we are curious. So that's a whole other aspect that we didn't even begin to explore. But just keep that in mind. So there's a lot, but that again, don't feel like you guys are gonna get to every
Yeah,
threat.
we're just kind of doing inventory, I think.
Yeah, which is good.
Agreed. Yeah. Good work for
Which
it.
is good.
We need Rock to start making homunculi out of us so that we can send them on the submissions.
Like
Oh.
simulacrums for us.
Yeah.
And of bacon.
Yeah, they're not made of snow; they're made of bacon. I've had bacon.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, I thought we were talking about the pig people. My bad.
Porculacrum?
Oh, more stable.
A little
Mm.
slippery and greasy, but
Yeah, they all get AC bonuses.
Yeah, they
they
have
could squeeze through spaces without taking up extra movement.
yeah, and they have creatures have disadvantage on grapple checks, and they have advantage from escaping.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
But
they have
anybody that tracks
yeah, I was
by
gonna say
perception by
disadvantage on
smell
scent,
is
exactly.
they get quadruple advantage. They get to roll 4d20.
If prone, you're prone forever.
All canine species are drawn to you.
For better or for worse.
Yeah.
If
So
but
yeah,
you're
like
have
choke
all
is unchoking as far as we know.
yeah, so yeah. So I will say, as above board, the choke. I think you guys can uh,
Tick,
say air
done.
quotes resolved. Yeah, resolved. You got the treasure. If we're gonna say like video game it right, you got the treasure from it. You got Telly.
Yeah.
You
You
resolved.
100%ed it.
Yeah, you resolved the threat. You closed the portal, and you sent the Houndmaster back.
And we
The
made a
only
beanstalk garden.
and yeah, and you yeah, in your wake, you've created a beanstalk garden. That is again things you say in D&D.
I mean, when you got a rock, that's what that still tends to happen.
Between a rock and a bean place.
So
So yeah, as far as frankly, I mean, so it seems I think that Green Hill is the most urgent thing that's been on our list.
Yeah, this is the most widespread cause. Like, then I would say the lizard folk.
Yeah.
Because best case scenario, they're being enslaved. Worst
Whoa,
case
whoa.
scenario, they're being yeah. That's what I'm
Best
saying.
case scenario, they like found their way out somehow, or somebody,
No, impossible. They're too passive. They got slaughtered getting in their natural habitat.
Best
Not
case
natural.
scenario, only 50% of them died.
Yeah, best case scenario.
We tried our best.
Freaking Karo's the pessimist, or the optimist here.
let's say just for sake of let's say because you guys brought up lizard. Do you, as a group above table, do you guys remember any of the little tidbits of lore that you guys found on lizard folk and how they interact with certain species or anything like that in your
Well,
travels?
let me search my notes. Session 124. Where the fuck was this? Oh, we just killed a restrictor. It's talking about a bunch of lizard folk bodies, but that's the other faction. That's the ones that we gave the ladle to.
No,
Or those were kobolds.
those are kobolds. Those are not
That's
lizards.
right. Shit.
Hmm.
You guys keep
But yeah, like
mixing
lizard
things up.
folk are like not beholden to dragons, but they like, they're kind of beholden to dragons, I think, aren't they? Or is that kobolds? I'm getting
That's
those mixed up.
kobolds.
That's
Kobolds.
fuck.
Kobold.
Okay.
You guys are
Yeah.
very, as a group, you guys are very good at mixing those two up. So there is something specifically that you
Oh,
guys
they have
found
an
out.
innate intuition for magic on materia.
Hmm.
Oh, dragons hate lizard folk, apparently.
And you guys found that out at the Jabberwocky Temple.
Yeah, with the premier. So the dragons were created with an innate intuition for magic on materia by the premier. Quote, they were made to channel magic.
The lizard folk were. The dragons
Yes.
came. Yeah, the dragons have an innate nature for that, and then the premier created lizard folk, so they have beef between each other, or the dragons have beef with lizards.
Ah, because of their like preference shown by the premier.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Your teacher's favorite.
Yeah, kind of. Like we were here doing your job, and then he decided to create something to replace us. The fuck, that kind of thing. That's all. I just want to make sure that that was given to you guys because I was pretty sure it was, but
Yes, sir. Session 156.
because there was like
Yep,
a
yep.
mural of dragons and lizards of the temple.
Yeah. Was it after we fought Karos?
Yes, after you fought Kryos,
Kryos, right?
Arios.
and you realize how scary it is to fight a grappler. I shove you, I grapple you, I shove you, I grapple you, I shove you, I grapple you.
Feel like we almost couldn't 5v1 him.
Yeah. I think it might have been
Oh.
6v1 at that point.
I mean, not
No,
trying
Mark wasn't
to.
there.
No, trying. Not, well, you weren't trying to necessarily kill him. So yeah. Yeah, that's all. Yeah. So you guys are pretty good. I mean, you guys have. Again, I would entirely and completely understand if you guys, if the rest of the session is just getting our ducks in order, right?
So,
Mhm.
Future.
are we kind of settled on going to the southeast then? Or looking for a way to do that? Anybody opposed?
So, can somebody remind me about? There's also like an unknown coastal tower. Is that what you're referring to,
That
or
would be on the way.
on the way? Okay. Let's see. So, hoping there's one on the coast, and then there's also the bit. Rocket probably has a back door to the Sodden Tower.
Yep.
We're thinking that's sigil related. Would that be more? I was considering that more as like, I guess the Nexus is broken here.
We don't know that it's connected here. It was not, because this is Rocket, not Zygmunt's.
Yeah.
It could be. We
But yeah,
should
but
check.
Al.
Oh,
Oh, gotcha.
you said we did get confirmation the Sodden Tower was originally part of Zygmunt's network.
Yes.
Yes.
And Al, go ahead and give me an This is not gonna be difficult. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. You can use Charisma because you use it to casting.
And don't fuck it up.
17.
Yeah, 15's fine. Like you understand the general thing, like you protect the glyphs and the symbols and the keys, so who can make it, right? That's been part of the pain in the butt for you is trying to find these so you can use it as a location to go places. So it's just because they may not be part of the network doesn't mean like if someone doesn't discover it, they can't necessarily get to the location. There may be additional guards and safe things in place to try to make it more difficult for them, like where they have a chance to fail the cast and get shunted into a wall or teleport on the complete opposite side of the continent, but a backdoor would go around that kind of thing. So it's kind of like, I found out your symbol, but you know that I found out your symbol, so you put a safeguard in place. But I know that you put a safeguard in place, so I created a backdoor kind of thing,
Like a firewall with a literal firewall. I like this.
Yeah, or you found a way to burrow through the firewall. You put a wet blanket over yourself while you go through the firewall, kind of thing.
Mhm.
That kind of thing. Like that kind of process of escalation.
None of y'all know how firewalls work, I hear.
It's a literal wall of fire that lives inside of my computer then. That's why the computer gets so hot. That's why we have to have fans, so that doesn't melt our computer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
About right.
Maybe. See, we're smart. I got this.
That's why if you need to get through it, you need to, you know, whitelist, white hot, right? Your
Ah.
IPs, which IP stands for incendiary pathway.
Yeah.
My
That's how
God.
you get through the firewall.
Perfect. Okay, okay. One train of thought I was going with that. If it belonged to Zygmunt at some point, it could be in that nexus we found in the I had it just now sculpted tower. But
So, just to help, the sculpted domain, sculpted dimension, whatever, you know, so that one for sure linked you to the choke, because that was the one that pulled you guys through. So you know that those two are part of Zygmunt, and you know, at least from studying, that the Sodden Temple or Sodden
Tower.
seemingly, words, seemingly is also associated with that. So go with whatever information you need.
Yeah, it would stand to reason that probably connected, but we don't know for sure.
Yes.
Seems like we should at least wait while we're waiting for Ben to recover. Should check around here, see if we can figure out how if Rocket documented his backdoor into the Sun Tower anywhere. Otherwise, I don't know. Make our way back to the sculpted dimension, or sculpted domain to check out on those warrior bees. See how those guys are doing.
Warrior bees are great.
And then see if there's a way to the tower that way. Otherwise, maybe we just go the old-fashioned way.
I like that best as well. It's got the most potential of being the most time savvy. But it's a little
Remember, the
optimistic.
sculpted domain, as far as I know, the only way, there were two ways we know how to get there. One, the choke nexus. Two, jumping in that pit out in the temple in the open, or not in the open plains, but out in the west, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any sigils from that nexus. Let me check my little book.
Wait, do you still have the letter P from that town?
Yeah, what about it?
Fuck, what was that town? It was the one that Pangolin. It was Panlin. Panlin.
Anlin. It's pronounced Anlin.
It is now.
You guys are, changing the geography and the sociology and everything of my world as one session at a time.
Because, yeah, like we did that specifically so that we could get teleport back to Panlin. Which was pretty fucking close to that temple, if I recall. It was like not even a day's hike to the temple.
Y'all managed to get there quick.
Yeah, we might have just been lucky. It might be more than a day.
Yeah. I think I have the distance drawn out in a map or somewhere in my notes, but,
I do not have anything related to the choke as far as like sigils go.
That's
yeah, because you guys got rushed because the
right.
Hellhounds heard
That's
the
right.
motion of y'all crashing in. And you guys didn't
I
willingly come here. One of you guys got sucked in, remember?
That's right.
have sigil of Rocket's teleportation nexus. I'm guessing that was
That was this one inside of the
right because it was
was the
Rocket's
network.
tower until just
Yeah,
now.
this was the network inside of Green Hill. He had a very localized one, which allowed him, which you used, if you remember, to like go to I think it was like someone's library. I don't remember what it was, but you used it at one point when you guys were figuring out the hags and stuff. You
Perfect.
kind of
Okay.
stepped through, and that was like the first few times that you ever teleported out. You're like, whoa, they like sent you to like the closet in someone's, I don't remember, it was like a butchery or something.
Thank you. Okay, I'll append that note. Yeah, I said in Green Hill Tower.
So that is the room. For context, that is the room that Magnus can't sense because it's consumed by the realm of chaos.
For now.
So it was the one we had to assemble.
Yeah, you managed to get the 3 tablets or the 3 stone pieces that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Mage Tower. I have Sedge's Mandala, but that's only to the
Sunlit Spire.
Sunlit Spire. Thank you. I always get caught in the full name, but I don't remember half of it.
Sunlit Spire of Brotherly Love.
Sunlit Spire of Brotherly Love. Thank you. Oh, it's in the notes.
You're good. It's just a long
Mm.
name, so I understand that it's odd.
So that's quote unquote the closest I can get us to the underwater temple walkway that gets us to the tower, but that's still, I think that's like days of travel to get to the other side of the West Green map.
Okay. Now
No,
I'm gonna
Panlin's the easiest way to get to that, for sure.
Hanlon. But
Panlin,
yes.
that's the town that you literally took a piece of from the sign so that we could teleport there successfully.
Oh. I sh ooh. I should have that. I don't see it. Can we go between episodes, can we go listen back to that episode? I'll listen back
It's
to that episode to know.
153 if you're curious.
Hell yeah. The item's just gonna be called P.
Might be. I mean, I'll forgive you. It was literally a year and 4 months ago. No, year and
Yeah,
five
it's
five
been
months ago.
hot
So
minutes.
150 what?
3.
Thank you. If I do have that, that'd be incredible. But taking one step back, I do like the idea of focusing on getting Ben back to himself and figuring out any additional research we can in this tower.
Yeah.
Also, I do have a miniature Magnus, so we can come back here once a day, as energetic as Al is, as much as Al allows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, all things you said are correct. Yes, you can.
Hmm. We got some options here.
Yeah.
I do feel like out of everything we put on the table, while the Sodden Tower might be the quickest and probably most priority, also sounds the most dangerous. I guess that's why it's the most priority.
Nope.
But yeah, between Ben and Karos, I feel like they mentioned the most about whatever the hell lives in the Sodden Tower. We definitely need, I don't know, a meal or a planning session to figure out like what those things are, what they might do, what's known about them. Because Ben sounded angry. I've never seen Karos react that way to something. To their
Yeah, you
seem
had
like a
the
force to be reckoned
combination
with.
of Haros being frightened and Ben being pissed. Right?
Hmm.
And it was for Ben, I think you guys picked up on it. I don't remember, but I'm just gonna give it to you. It was like this like second nature just to be pissed, like,
Hmm.
he understood bad. It was instinctual almost. There you go.
But
Go ahead, please.
yeah, I like the original vote from a few minutes back. Help Ben try and get some more information. Then we'll try to go to Anlin if we can. I got a lot of stuff in this bag. I need a minute to search through it.
I will say, as another potential avenue for information as to the Sodden Tower's location, if we can't just get there, I have someone I can reach out to. I definitely don't want to do it.
I'm a slow turn to Davis with wide eyes, like,
It's my former captain. Lily.
So you are talking about okay.
Yeah. I don't
Hmm.
think she's super fond of me. I don't. Maybe she's fine with me. I don't know. But we didn't part on like the best of terms. But also, I think she would have rather still had me on her crew, and I decided not to stay on. So
I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures. I
yeah, if
suppose.
need be. And also, I don't know if she remembers any of this place, like, because I barely did, and only after being essentially smacked over the head with it in my dream. Uh, and two, I can't imagine she like kept any maps or things like that around. She was probably as frightened of it as I was, but she's a pretty tough cookie, so I don't know.
Just for myself to gauge a few things, but hypothetically, would you rather deal with the Hideka automatons again, or would you rather deal with her?
Mm,
Which one's scarier to you?
Actually, above the table, what you're talking about the automatons? What do you mean?
And when we were in the sculpted domain, weren't there
The
a lot
warrior
of robots
bees?
that warrior bees? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't actually fight them, right?
Didn't we piss them off or almost get?
You got the sense that they would
Oh,
react if you did something.
Right.
it
Yes.
We never
was
actually did fight them or anything. I don't think though.
No, no, no.
okay.
You did
I
not
remember what it was.
activate the hive. Sorry,
Um,
using the beam.
yeah, yeah. When I took the thing from Rock, and like, now I'm the head Nikolite. They got pissed,
Oh,
and I think
yeah.
that's probably what I remember most is almost starting shit. I was like, no, 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 he's cool, he's cool. It says he's the guy.
So,
Okay, okay.
Rock in his possession has the Nexus key, the actual key that allows him to
Thank
represent
you.
himself
Present himself.
as,
Yeah.
yeah, the Hendecolite, or the representative of the Hendecolite.
And then okay, okay. Then thanks for reaffirming that. The sculpted domain's not as scary as I remember. I think there's a lot of potential there, and that like, oh, we need to get out of here, guys.
So I think part of it was, and I understand the spookiness. Part of it was you just didn't understand that was
Right.
like your real first encounter with this
Mm-hmm.
this. So I understand it being spooky, and by all means, allow it to be spooky because it is still spooky. It
Oh
is
yeah, super fucking giga powerful mage made
an army.
like and
I copied
like
my mind, put it in this robot.
well that and also it's like man fuck the gods, those gods are jokes, and it's like oh you're one of those kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like one of the ones that his life's work was to prove that the gods did not are not all that shit, are not all that hot shit. Basically, that is his goal.
So
So
a little spooky still,
yeah,
even
Mm-hmm.
though not as shitty a guy as Rocket it would seem potentially,
Yeah, yeah.
but still
Then I'll go with Al. Doesn't trust it, but he'll. Yeah, yeah. We gotta do what we gotta do.
yeah. And it seems like given that Rock is no longer internally conflicted and we understand it better now, that we might be able to navigate it better.
and game speaking wise, um, as CJ wishes to use it, but he has a jar that contains his fears and trepidations and stuff.
I've got a jar of dirt. I've got a jar of dirt.
What's inside of it?
But it is
So let's, I guess we scour for information on the Zod Tower, either ways in or manifests for like how it was going to get shipped there and his plans for tracking it. Like if we can figure out where his little emergency post or posts along the way would be, that kind of stuff.
yeah.
Start
No, I get you.
digging.
That's fine. So yeah. Well, let's do that then. So let's at least set you guys off in a direction. So let's before we call it for the evening because I do unfortunately work tomorrow in the morning. Let's get some sort of investigations or some sort of checks or some sort of work with you guys to try to hash out information about the Sodden Tower, and then we'll progress next week. Does that sound good?
Sure.
I like that.
I can
How you doing?
help someone if that's okay, because me doing anything would not be great.
The old investigation station.
Sure.
Whatever you guys want to approach it, you just let me know, and I'll try to,
Is it okay if I just help instead of contributing
Yeah,
myself?
for this one, because you guys are working together, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll burn another
Tactical.
Oh, well then I'll help
tactical.
out then, because I think your number will be good.
Done investigation for books.
Yeah, you can do it at advantage since I'm helping.
Okay.
Nice.
30-20.
30-20, okay. And then Paros, I'm assuming you're also on the same beat, or are you looking at something slightly different? Or vastly different?
Say that again. Sorry, I was double checking that I didn't add my. Or I just did the D12 last time, and I was just making sure that that is all.
No, I was just saying, are you also trying to help with the Sodden search, or are you trying to search something slightly different, or very different?
Oh,
What's-
I think Karos having gotten in the mindset to know where it's most likely that information about the towers would be, he's gonna try to scan the relevant book section for like getting in or oh hey, this is the other teleportation pad over here, or oh hey, here's the sigil just in case I forget. Stuff like that. Anything that would make our trip
Basically,
faster,
Yeah, understood. Okay, so slightly, they are
faster
kind of
and less
different.
dangerous.
Yeah. So you're looking for a like a cookie crumb bread trail on how to get to where you're going without having to encounter dangers, maybe progressing through the through more conventional means. And Al and the group are going to be searching for the magical means and the back door and other ways to accomplish what you guys are looking for. That kind of sums it up. And Davis is helping with that. So
I'm helping.
so
Oh.
39.
go ahead and give me your rolls, give me your checks, and then we'll see. Jesus. Yeah.
I got another good roll on the
No, yeah.
On
I got
fire.
11 on the D12
I
again.
think that's
Jesus.
twice you've gotten 11s. I think your other one was 11
It
too.
was. It was a
It
20 plus
was.
an 11. Yeah.
Oh,
This one
nice.
was a 17 and 11.
Nice. Okay. So Al got a dirty 20 and Karos got a 39. Okay. So Al, it'll, you guys kind of have discussed, you guys have kind of figured out the course that you guys want to take. And you find references on how to deal with possible dangers and coming up with contingency plans on how to traverse. These are older notes, and get into some of Zygmunt's towers and kind of take them over as he's either not using them, has forgotten them in his old age, or is just not focusing them on anymore. So the back door, you're on the path, but it's going to take some time to find it. So nothing to write home about right now. However, where you and Davis kind of struggle to find what you're looking for, channeling his insanity from earlier, still channeling his own persona of Rocket, dressed in a robe with his cornpipe and disheveled mane representing his hair of like a crummy wizard that's sleep deprived and paranoid and going a little bit insane. Karos finds see like a sealed chest, and within the chest, when he takes some time and deals with it, gets Cielo's help to kind of
So
open
Cielo
it up.
could
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
pry it open, even with all the minuses.
Yes, I mean it's not a difficult feat for him to accomplish. Um, you find that yes, even though many things are kept, magically, there still are some things that exist in a more uh, mundane form. Though there might be other magical means to protect it or keep it obfuscated. And one such of these is a seal. Davis, when Paros, Seal opens it, you recognize a seal. It's not one of the seals that you used to be under, but you do recognize it only because of the bad, more recently bad awoken jargon memories, and it is a seal from that mercenary group that you guys traveled with when you guys went to the Sodden, with
Is it
the
the
scary.
mages?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, the mercenary mages. Exactly. And
Most
Karos,
of them pretty much got aced.
yes, but now you have something showing that there was a direct possible interaction or tie.
Okay.
And
Would I know like where they mostly operated out of, or like where they would be like
that was,
headquartered?
remember, you were surprised that they met you guys. It was something that
Lily didn't let on.
Lily didn't. Yeah. She was like, "Oh yeah, these guys are here working with us."
Okay. Classic Lily.
Yeah. She's like, "Yeah, I've been." So it was as much a surprise to you as it was to the rest of the crew when they showed up.
Everything's need to know with her.
Yes. However, you do recognize it, so you do have a bead, and if someone could, because can someone roll me just a d20 and let me know what the result is?
I'll do it because I didn't roll a check.
Cool.
Nice.
I rolled a 2.
2. Okay. Caden will look over the parchment and everything, and he'll attempt to wave his hand over it, and you can see that he's trying to pull or uncover something, and he'll say, uh, while it does seem like nothing special on this parchment, I can't confirm, or I can't alleviate the suspicion, or remove the suspicion that there might be something else hidden beneath, but I can't seem to reveal it. I would need some time. Perhaps there's some secrets beyond the ink. He's just struggling to pull them out right now. So I think there, if you guys are good, we'll call it, and we'll continue next time.